In the sacred town of Thirukadayur lived a devout soul named Subramania Iyer. His life revolved around the worship of goddess Abirami, the presiding deity of the temple. Subramania Iyer was not just a priest, he was a true devotee, his heart overflowing with love for the goddess. His days were spent in the temple, conducting rituals, singing hymns, and immersing himself in the divine aura of Abirami. His devotion was so profound that people forgot his real name, calling him Abirami Pattar, meaning one who sings the praises of Abirami. One day the king of the land decided to visit the Abirami temple. He had heard tales of the temple's magnificence and the priest's piety. The king, a man of faith himself, wanted to witness the devotion firsthand. Upon arriving at the temple, the king was received with great honor and reverence. He was guided through the temple, the air thick with the scent of incense and the sound of chanting. The king was impressed by the temple's grandeur. He was curious about the priest, this Abirami Pattar, whose devotion was spoken of with such reverence. "Bring him to me," the king commanded his guards. "I wish to meet this pious man." Subramania Iyer, lost in his world of devotion, was unaware of the king's arrival. He was brought before the king, his eyes still glazed with the fervor of his prayers. "Tell me, priest," the king boomed, his voice echoing through the hall, "what is the day today, according to the lunar calendar?" Subramania Iyer, his mind still immersed in thoughts of the goddess, looked up. Without a moment's thought, he replied, "Your Majesty, today is a full moon day, a day of auspiciousness." The king's face contorted with anger. The courtiers gasped. It was a well-known fact that it was a new moon day, not a full moon day. "You dare lie to me, priest!" the king roared, his voice laced with fury. "You claim to be a man of God, yet you cannot even tell the day correctly. This is blasphemy!" Subramania Iyer realized his grave error. He had been so lost in his devotion that he had spoken without thinking. He fell at the king's feet, begging for forgiveness. "I have made a grave mistake, Your Majesty," he pleaded. "But I swear I meant no disrespect. Punish me as you deem fit, but please spare my life." The king, however, was not appeased. He decided to make an example of Subramania Iyer. He announced, "You have until tomorrow morning to prove your innocence. If the moon does not appear in the sky tonight, as you claim, you shall be executed at dawn." Despondent, Subramania Iyer returned to the temple. He knew there was no way the moon would appear on a new moon night. He went to the sanctum and prostrated himself before the goddess. With a heavy heart he began to sing. He sang of his love for Abirami, his unwavering faith, and his current predicament. He took a long rope and tied a knot at one end. With each verse he sang in praise of Abirami. He cut off a portion of the rope. His prayer was simple. If he was indeed a true devotee, if his love for the goddess was true, then she should save him. As the night deepened, the king waited. He had secretly hoped for a miracle, a sign that would prove the priest's innocence. Just before dawn, as the king prepared for the execution, a strange glow filled the sky. It was not the moon, but something even more extraordinary. Goddess Abirami, moved by her devotee's plight, had flung her diamond earring into the sky, its brilliance mimicking the moon's glow. The king and his courtiers were stunned into silence. The king, realizing his error, rushed to the temple. He fell at Subramania Iyer's feet, begging for forgiveness. From that day on, Subramania Iyer was not only known for his devotion, but also for the miracle that saved him. The king became his ardent devotee, showering the temple with gifts and honors. And so, the tale of Abirami Pattar and the divine intervention of goddess Abirami became a legend, a testament to the power of true faith and devotion.